Have you ever thought about swimming in crystal clear water surrounded by tropical islands? Hello, my name is Alfredo, and this is Off the Strip, where I introduce you to places just minutes off the Las Vegas Strip or take you on one of my adventures. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. More information is listed below. Today we're island hopping through Thailand's most famous spots, Maya Bay, Phi Phi Islands, and Bamboo Island. From snorkeling with colorful fish to exploring hidden beaches. Get ready for an adventure you'll never forget. Or so we thought. We were so excited for this trip, at least I was, until they crammed about 100 of us onto one speedboat. The music was blasting. The walls were so high that you couldn't see a thing unless you snagged a seat like I did on the side. Not exactly the dreamy start we pictured. When we finally reached the first island, the crew gave us free time to explore on our own. We tossed our stuff in the sand and jumped straight in the water to cool off. The water was perfect, warm, crystal clear, and even the shallow spots had little fish that were darting all around us. It felt so good to just float for a while. As for exploring, I wasn't too excited because the guide already told us there were a lot of mosquitoes on this island. As we started to explore this island, we realized how beautiful it truly was, like a tropical postcard. Powdery white sand that felt so soft under your feet, and the water so turquoise it almost looked unreal. The whole island gave that laid-back vibe that made you want to slow down. As we wandered a little further, we stumbled across a small beach hut serving drinks and snacks, the perfect spot to relax for a while. And that's when the real entertainment showed up. A rooster. He strutted around the hut like he owned the place, even attacking one of my friends. Watching him do his thing was surprisingly one of the funniest, most random highlights of this stop. Before we knew it, we were herded back onto the boat and off to our next stop, this time for some snorkeling. The second we slipped into the water, it felt like jumping into an aquarium. Schools of colorful fish zipped around us, flashing blues, yellows, and stripes weaving through the coral below. Every direction you looked, something was alive and moving. It was a beautiful experience. But since we had just gone scuba diving the day before, the comparison was hard to ignore. Snorkeling felt fun and relaxing, but scuba had spoiled us with a whole different world beneath the surface. We were back on the boat again, and this time to see the famous Monkey Island. Sounds wild, but there was only one monkey, and unless you had a side seat, you didn't even see the monkey. Most people didn't even bother standing up to look. And after that thrilling moment, we cruised over to another island for a lunch buffet, which honestly ended up being more exciting than that Monkey Island. Was it though? Instead, we ate in a really hot cafeteria, and one of us got food poisoning.
Surprise, surprise!
So we are in Phi Phi Island, or one of the islands, and man, when the tourist boats come in, it is insane. There's so many people. Now I'm one of the tourists. After lunch, we strolled around the island, checking out little souvenir stalls, picking out souvenirs like t-shirts and other trinkets. Then it was back on the boat for yet another ride, and this time it was to one of those picture-perfect spots you see in every Phuket island hopping tour. You'd think we'd hop on the boat for that iconic shot, but nope. Instead, all 100 of us had to line up on the boat to take turns snapping that exact same picture from the exact same angle. It was so anticlimactic that it was almost funny. Almost. Except the sun was blazing, the boat was swaying, and everyone looked miserable. They'd rather be anywhere else but there. Let's just say this was one of those tours that I would never recommend. Next stop, more snorkeling. I jumped in for a few minutes, but honestly, I was over it pretty quickly. So I climbed back on the boat and watched everyone else battle the waves. Flippers flailing in the swells. It was like reality TV Island Edition. After snorkeling, it was back to the usual routine. Everyone lined up to board while the crew hosed everyone down with fresh water like dirty sea lions. Then we were off to the main event, Maya Bay, made famous by Leonardo DiCaprio's movie The Beach, one of Thailand's most iconic spots. Maya Bay is one of those places that looks too perfect to be real. Towering limestone cliffs, white powdery sand, and water so clear it almost glows. But you'll notice something missing. no one is swimming. It's a stunning beach where swimming isn't allowed because now it's a protected marina area. Recently, blacktip reef sharks started returning here to give birth, and you can actually see baby sharks gliding through the shallow calf-high water. Maya Bay sits on Pipilay Island and it's part of a national park, and after years of closure, it was carefully reopened to protect the coral and marine life. It's a paradise, just one that nature can finally enjoy too. So that wraps up our PP Island Adventure Tour. That's it for now. Bye. And that wraps up our day of island hopping, crowded boats, surprise roosters, and baby sharks. Not exactly the tour we expected, but definitely one for the books. Next up, we're diving into Phuket's night market for sizzling street food and picking up our custom-made suits, because who's to say you can't eat noodles in a tux? Hit subscribe before that rooster beats you to it.